Assassin's Creed news has been relatively dry lately, and for any Assassin's Creed fan, you're probably like me and you're just trying to find out what could be next for the franchise and what we're going to see soon. Right now, I'm just waiting to hear more information about Mirage as well as a gameplay reveal, but that's ways away, I'm pretty sure. Either way, some leaks have come out about the future of Assassin's Creed, and they sound pretty wild to say the least. Now, I'll give a disclaimer before I discuss too much, but these are currently unconfirmed leaks. So do take them with a grain of salt, as the reality may not be what we're hearing about right now, but let's get into the video. So it looks like some new rumors have leaked about Assassin's Creed in regards to more future titles. Sources told Insider Gaming that Ubisoft is basically, quote, going all in with Assassin's Creed and other major franchises. Which, honestly, this does sound pretty good for the Assassin's Creed franchise. I think Ubisoft is working to fix up the way it's been doing things lately, as I'm pretty sure everybody knows about Ubisoft's less than stellar financial performance recently. They essentially decided to commit to focusing on major franchises from now on. Ubisoft had originally intended to work on more free-to-play titles, but that hasn't really worked out too well for them. Hopefully this means that we're going to be getting better efforts put into Assassin's Creed. One of the biggest parts of the leaks is that 3 more full Assassin's Creed games are in the concept and prototype phase. Currently it looks like those are codenamed Nebula, Raid, and Echoes. Each one will be developed by different studios and will have different playstyles compared to other Assassin's Creed games. I'm not really sure what that could mean, but if it means improvements to the gameplay system with good stealth, I'd be glad to see it. However, I'm a bit skeptical on this point because I hope they don't water down the gameplay of Assassin's Creed again like they did with the RPG trilogy. Ubisoft Sofia, which co-developed Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation and Assassin's Creed Rogue, have pitched Project Nebula, which will basically be some sort of Assassin's Creed game that has 3 different settings, being India, the Aztec Empire, and the Mediterranean. Now, this one really caught my attention the most because I've been wanting an Assassin's Creed game set in the Aztec Empire forever, probably since I first started playing the franchise. I used to read a lot about Aztec history and I found it to be a really interesting empire, so an Assassin's Creed game taking place there would be very cool to see. However, I have no idea how it would look if it were in a full game with 2 other settings at the same time. I'm thinking it's very possible we may be seeing some sort of European assassin who travels to these different empires, or we may get different protagonists. So far, obviously none of these things have been discussed yet, and these are just my speculations, and the game is still in its initial super early stages, but it is nice to speculate. Ubisoft Chengdu has reportedly pitched a free-to-play co-op title that will be PvE called Project Raid, and characters in that game will be from the Assassin's Creed universe. Now, if there's any game that I would be skeptical about in this list of rumors, it would be this one. I'm not sure how, given what happened with Rainbow Six Extraction, this would be successfully pulled off. But we just have to wait and see. This game may never exist anyways, so that's why I always say to take rumors with a grain of salt. And the last part of the leaks that's really major would be regarding Ubisoft Annecy. This studio worked on the multiplayer portions of Assassin's Creed, Splinter Cell, and it also co-developed The Division 2 with Massive Entertainment. It looks like Ubisoft Annecy has pitched a project titled Echoes, which will be a multiplayer title. Some sources have suggested that Assassin's Creed will be returning to the annual release cycle that was the norm until Assassin's Creed Unity's awful launch. Major entries are supposedly going to be different from each other, so it looks like Ubisoft is going for the angle of giving lots of variety for their Assassin's Creed games. Personally, I know I've ripped at the RPG games a lot, but I would honestly be willing to give a different style of Assassin's Creed a spin, so long as the game's actually good and still maintains the core defining stuff that we know about Assassin's Creed. You know, being an assassin. Otherwise, labeling it Assassin's Creed would just not be correct. Now, we know that Assassin's Creed Mirage is coming sometime this year. Current projections say around August 2023, and it looks like Codename Red is currently tentatively being planned to release in 2024, which would be great to see because I'm pretty sure everybody is excited to see the Assassin's Creed take of a feudal Japan setting. Now, in regards to Assassin's Creed codename Hexe, we'll likely be seeing that in 2026 and another project called Invictus in 2025. Still, these are really all uncertain dates because Ubisoft has a history history of delaying quite often, so we can't really say that this will be the case in terms of release dates. I do believe the Mirage date is probably going to be around August just because it makes the most sense. I don't want it to be a rushed product by any means because AAA games rushing has not been good at all lately. They've just been releasing in a broken, buggy state quite often, so I hope Mirage will be in a good state when it launches. Codename Red is supposedly already in good shape, which sounds great honestly because I think a lot of people are anticipating Red to be a good title. It's reportedly going to have 2 playable characters and will focus a lot on stealth. So that last point got to me the most because if we get an Assassin's Creed title with some RPG elements and a focus on stealth and assassination, I think they'll have nearly perfected a formula that combines the old and new Assassin's Creed styles of games. Honestly, I'm really hopeful for the future of Assassin's Creed, and I think that if Ubisoft starts focusing on what the fans want, then we may get a proper, happy revival to the series. I know a lot of people say that Assassin's Creed in terms of quality has been on a decline lately, so I'm hoping that these leaks pan out to be somewhat true and that the games really become even better than they used to be. The state of AAA gaming is pretty rough currently, but I think that my optimism is just a smidge higher now. But I will always be skeptical and I will always wait to see before I pass judgment on a game because the reality might be different from the promises. We've seen these sorts of things happen before with Cyberpunk 2077, for example. I always wait until I either try it for myself or see someone else play it because only then can you really decide if a game is good or not, or at least playable. Either way, with that being said, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe with notifications set to all so you never miss out on a single upload. Don't forget to check out my military sci-fi series and my newspaper as well as my socials. The links to all of those are in the description below. And until next time, Symbiosis out.